I invite you to arrive to this beautiful practice, arrive to the sheltering spirit of the three jewels of Buddhism, the Buddha, the human being who was able to awaken to the conditions of his own suffering and by extension was able to awaken to the conditions of suffering in general. We are here sheltering under the Dharma. These are the teachings of the Buddha. They have been alive for thousands of years. They have filtered into many cultures across the globe. And the spirit of mindfulness, sati, that permeates the Dharma is alive in me and is what I'm passionate and devoted to sharing. And then, of course, the third jewel is the Sangha, the community. All of these wise friends who are here, gathered in this moment, all of the wise friends who couldn't be here for all the reasons that we can't be here. And we take a moment to hold these gems of presence and recollection and remember that the merit that we experience in this practice is for ourselves and by extension for all. Any healing we offer ourselves extends to healing the world. That's how this works, and it is a miracle and a joy. Allow your body to fully arrive. Allow your mind to settle. See if you can turn your gaze away from anything that might be distracting you from the morning or what's to come in the afternoon. And see with the best of your ability if you can simply be here, in this moment, breathing, in this community, in this beautiful, beautiful spirit of awakening and awareness. And take a couple of deep breaths. As I said earlier, for the month of February in the Spokane Sangha, we are exploring the limitless qualities in Buddhism. Loving kindness, compassion, joy, equanimity. Many of you are practitioners and have heard about loving kindness meditation, metta or maitri meditations. And these particular meditations have a specific format whereby you begin usually with someone you love, someone who's easy to love. It could be a human being or a pet. And you offer them sentiments of loving kindness, mantras, little phrases that are designed to radiate love and kindness. Things like, may you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you gift yourself with time and space to grow. And you really try to envision that individual, and you try to envision yourself radiating this loving kindness to this individual and having them receive it. And then when you're done with that person, you can move on to someone who you don't know or you're only acquainted with. Maybe a coworker or a person at a coffee stand that you see regularly. But again, just recognizing that even people we don't know well can be recipients of loving kindness. And then you can move on to somebody who is challenging to you, somebody who you harbor really negative feelings toward, maybe somebody who has harmed you. Somebody who challenges your capacity to wish for their well-being. And that's a very, very difficult individual to hold in the light of loving kindness, which is why we practice. And then, of course, oftentimes the last person is yourself. For our practice today, we will begin our loving kindness meditation with ourselves. And what I'd like to do and encourage in your practice is that you treat yourself as each of these persons external to you. So for example, as you're offering yourself loving kindness, imagine yourself as someone you really love. There are qualities and attributes about you that are exquisite, magnificent. You have benevolent power. What are those qualities about you? What can you see in yourself that could receive loving kindness? And then turn to yourself as if you were a mere acquaintance. You could even turn to yourself as if you were a complete stranger. Someone you don't know at all. There may be aspects of you, qualities of your character that you don't know. As a matter of fact, there are many people on the journey of recovery who experience very serious identity crises because, sadly, they don't know who they'd be without habit energy, without their substance of choice, without all the chaos and predictable destruction that comes with it, without the misery. And to be without those familiar things, albeit they're terrible, but they're still familiar, and there's comfort in that. So to be that person without all of those things is really unfamiliar, uncertain. The territory of that is suspicious and scary. So the person we are endeavoring to become without substances, a recovering individual, can be a stranger to us. Nevertheless, that stranger could benefit from loving kindness. So we'll offer that to ourselves. And then, of course, there are aspects within all of us, dark beauties, shadowlands, hellish realities that are really loathsome, regrettable, harrowing. And even the worst among us benefits from loving kindness. Here's how we begin. Take a deep breath, breathing in, breathing out. This act of allowing the body to experience increased oxygen in the bloodstream enables the whole body to function better. It is a gift. It is an act of loving kindness to simply breathe. Breathing in loving kindness. Breathing out loving kindness. Take a moment to entertain a quality within you that you love. It could be something silly and joyful. It could be the smallest little thing that you love about yourself. This week I already shared a couple of things as an example. For me, one of the things that I love about myself is I can blow double bubbles with bubble gum. I love bubble gum, and I love to do that. And not everybody can, and not everybody does. And I love the playfulness that it brings. Something else that I love about myself that's a little bit more serious is I have cultivated a practice of pause that I love. And the reasons for this are many, but I'll share with you two. My capacity to pause enables me to see clearly. And it has helped me respond to others with less antagonism. I have been practicing this for a number of years, and I still make lots and lots of mistakes. But for the most part, I have really, really worked to keep my antagonistic nature at bay, tamed, quiet. And in its place, I've been able to bring forward a real presence, a loving and kind and care presence. And the thing that I love about that version of myself is it brings forward the spirit of my mom, who lives in me, and she lives as me. And I'm so proud to be able to share her, even though she's no longer alive. What are some qualities about you that you love? And I simply invite you for this practice to breathe. Breathing in loving kindness. Breathing out loving kindness. And that's all we're going to explore today. We're not going to dive into the stranger that you are to yourself, nor are we going to dive into the more negative virtues that you might be harboring to yourself. Instead, we are simply highlighting those qualities, those virtues within you that are generous, beautiful, that are coming forward, growing, and you're offering them loving kindness through the healing nature of breath. So in the next several moments of silence, let's just breathe. Breathe with the wise effort of infusing these moments with loving kindness. Friends, one of the most beautiful things about Buddhist philosophy and principles is the invitation to become more curious and friendly toward the mind and its habitual states of thinking. And so while you may have been harboring stories and narratives of being the worst person in the world, and your actions and efforts in times of confusion and ignorance may have supported those stories, there is still something within you that is incorruptibly good, miraculous, benevolent, munificent. And sometimes in our misguided actions, we cover that wellspring of light and love and kindness. And so what we are endeavoring to do in recovery using Buddhist principles is excavating that treasure, to bring it forward, to not only heal ourselves, but by extension to heal others, to bring goodness and light to the world. Your efforts are amazing. And so we take time to share. And on this final inhalation and exhalation, just maybe allow a little smile to enter the mind and heart space. That your effort here today means something profound. Let's go ahead and end our practice today with a dedication of merit. And I just invite you to return your posture, return to a posture of receiving goodness and wholesomeness, virtue. And virtue, these are qualities. They might kind of stir up some sort of strange feelings in you. Words like wholesomeness and virtue, for instance. And really, it's all about cultivating in your mind and heart actions that make you feel good instead of miserable. Actions that allow you to feel at ease instead of tight. That's all we're talking about here, and that is what we cultivate in this practice and in this space. And we do so for our own healing and transformation, and by extension, out into the world. May you be safe. May you be well. May you have good food and rest. May you enjoy your practice and be free. Namaste, friends. We'll see you next time.